All right, here we are. Welcome to Volume 8 of Narratives in Focus. I got my boy, my AD here, Joshua Wilson.
What's going on?
Appreciate you. We in this crib right now, so tell us who you are, where you're from, and what's your narrative.
My name is Joshua Wilson. I'm from Houston, Texas, originally born and raised. And my narrative is just about giving love, receiving love to those who need it, and being myself and living in my purpose and walking in my purpose.
What does being yourself and living in your purpose, walking in your purpose look like?
Bro, it's so funny because growing up, I was always kind of like an oddball. It's real talk. People,
I feel that.
And people don't, I feel like people don't, I feel like I've kind of come into myself, but growing up, I was always an oddball, always doing something different. And, being you get made fun of, people pick on you. But I think sometimes you got to remember, when you walk into your purpose and you just be yourself and, live your truth, opportunities and doors are always going to be open for you because people look for that. People look for people that are unique.
Yeah.
And, are different. So, yeah, that's what it looks like.
When would you say I don't know if it was growing into your confidence or started walking that purpose, but was there a specific shift or experience to where you, I guess, became aware of that? Or were you always aware
Say,
of that?
what you said became aware to?
Just like walking your purpose. Because you were talking about how when you were younger, you were getting, people would pick on you or things. When that happened, were you, I don't even know how to word it, but yeah, did you know your purpose then?
Bro, no, honestly, no, I didn't. I knew, I always knew, so do you know the meaning of the name Joshua?
No, but it's in the Bible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joshua means Jesus saves. But I remember I asked my mom one day, I was like, yo, why'd you name me Joshua? Why'd you do that? And she was like, me and my dad were just kind of me and your dad were just sitting up. It was like, we wanted you to be named after someone that was a leader. And so I know, when you're younger, nobody's looking for, people, for your peers to be leaders and be wise. But I knew once I got out of, Houston, got out of my comfort zone, got around different people, I knew I was like, okay, I gotta live that.
Yeah.
I gotta, walk that out. So I feel like I started knowing my purpose and knowing what I was doing once really I got out here to LA.
Yeah.
And got around different people, met people that, because once you USC, that's, we went to school there, you can really find your circle. You can find people that gonna love you unconditionally.
Yeah. Yeah. When did you ask your mother about the name?
Bro, I was a kid, man. I had to have been 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't even, it was, when you 8 or 9, you were a kid, you just really, you ask some stupid questions. Yo, how are babies made? You always asking random stuff like that. And so that was really, I remember it's just I remember it very vividly, asking that and then me hearing them be like, oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, that's deep. I was talking to Hiram yesterday about the childhood innocence, and I think it's those questions. Those questions are just curiosity, not really innocence. But you hearing that and then being like, that's deep. That's something that sticks with you. And as you said, it stuck with you. When you came out here, you was like, I gotta walk that. That's crazy. But how was it growing up in Houston?
Bro, I love Houston, man. People ask me all the time, yo, how is Houston compared to LA? And I always get the same answer. I'll be like, yeah, Houston's more laid back.
It's more laid back than here?
Bro, yes.
Why don't we in downtown? You mean all of LA?
In general, bro, Houston is way more, the South in general is just more of a laid back spot. I grew up, bro, fun to me was playing cards, sitting at a table, me and bro, I would call my homies, growing up, we would just be like, yo, let's just meet up on the weekend. We're gonna sit here and play some poker. Like that was a lit weekend for us. You know, get out to LA, bro. Everybody trying to do something, bro. Oh, we going to this spot. Yo, like we got to work on this project. We got to work on this. Everybody's doing something, bro. LA is a dreamer city. People. Obviously, you're a native, but like, I get out here, man. Everybody has big dreams, big aspirations, big plans, and Houston is not necessarily like that.
Yeah,
I love my city, and that's not a knock on Houston at all. I love my city. That is, you know, all my family's there, all my friends are there. But it's like, you get out to LA, everybody's up to something. Yeah. Shoot, you up to something right now. Like, you know?
Appreciate that, yeah.
Houston, it's very laid back. Houston is a comfort city to me. And I'll say this, I love going back there because, you know, I'll be in LA, you know, months on end. And sometimes I feel like I'll get burnt out. And I feel that, like, there'll be days I'll just be like, yo, I don't feel like doing nothing. And then I can get back to Houston and like, that is okay. You can just live, you know?
Yeah. Do you feel like it's a dreamer city? I tend to agree. I don't know about, I'm actually curious if natives just adopt that or not. But do you feel, fit is not the word, but do you feel you align with those dreamers? Or it's like you come here with the dream? Yeah.
I don't think, you know, it's funny. I didn't come to LA to be a star or like be famous.
Yeah.
Like really, I came here to go to school, get my lesson, do my work. Really. I think though, once I got acclimated, and I'll be honest, I got acclimated very quick. Bro, you get to hear this beautiful women. It's always something to do. I was like, yo, I could live this. I could do this.
Yeah.
It was, you know, then, and I started seeing people who were, you know, doing stuff I wanted to do. I was like, yeah, that's when like I really started dreaming big, you know?
Yeah.
How about you? Like, do you feel like as a native, like, would you feel like did you experience like big dreamers a lot?
That's a good question. I'm trying to think back because, I mean, we're still young, so I'm trying to think back. High school was 4 years ago. When I think of my high school class, definitely not everybody's a dreamer. Not everybody. And I feel like I could sense that quite a bit, which is, I think I'm blessed where at least I feel like I can sense people. And I try to stay away from that. So the people I'm close to, like I feel they are dreamers, at least in some way, or they have that drive and motivation, but definitely not everyone. But I would say, I think it is contagious sometimes though. Like if you're around it and you're not a dreamer, you're either gonna start questioning like what you want to dream about, or you're gonna be like, this ain't for me. And I guess just go back into like your hole or something. So yeah, but I would say it's probably universal everywhere, but it's easier to be a dreamer here because there's more around. Like you can walk down the street and see someone, or go to school here, and then there's so many here. So yeah. But yeah, let's see. So if I was in Houston for 24 hours, what are 3 things I gotta do? Transportation not a problem, so I'm gonna get there. Like it could be anywhere in the city. But what are 3 things? What are 3 things like I gotta do? I think I'm going there. I'm going there in a few months.
Really?
So yeah.
Okay. A few months. Okay, you gotta try the Breakfast Club. I say this to anybody that's visiting, and no one ever does it. It's like, actually, I'm like, bro, you're tripping. The Breakfast Club, so it's a soul food restaurant. Best chicken and waffles you're gonna get, hands down. It's better than Roscoe's. I stand by that.
I fuck with Roscoe's a lot. I would not be surprised if it's better.
Bro, it's way better.
We don't have the best soul food, but I do like Roscoe's a lot.
So the waffles at Roscoe's are better, in my opinion.
Nice, smooth.
The chicken, though, you're not gonna find a better fried wing anywhere.
I'm excited because I fuck with the chicken at Roscoe's, but if it's better than that, then I gotta go.
And then second thing, bro, you gotta drive through this neighborhood called River Oaks. It's like the Beverly Hills of Houston. And we're talking about dreamers. That was like kind of my first thing. Is like, yo, like, this is what I want. So the high school I went to was this private high school, and that was really my first experience with like uber wealthy people.
Yeah.
And seeing the houses they were living in, it was like, yo, like this is dope. I don't see how I could do it any other way. Later on, gotta drive through that neighborhood just to see it and just see how people. I find a lot of politicians, athletes. Yeah. You're not gonna really find like rappers or like musicians in that area, but like a lot of politicians, business execs, people with a lot of power and control live in that area of Houston. And then the third thing, you like to club? You like going clubbing?
Bro, most of my clubbing has literally been out the country. I got to do more clubbing here, but I haven't been to too many here or in Houston. But if you recommend it, I'm gonna go.
Bro, go visit Space, bro. Like it's just you gotta do it. Just when people talk about like Houston, you hear like what Drake is talking about on them songs he be doing talking about Houston. He's talking about Space, bro.
All right,
that's where he be going. Like, well, that's if you're talking about okay, I just want to get a Houston party experience. Go to Space, experience one time. You may not like it. I personally am not a huge fan, but I feel like everybody just got to experience it at least once.
Bet.
Go ahead. I'm gonna add one more thing. I think you should visit. Well, I mean, it has no value to you, but I want to shout out the Imani School. That's where I went for elementary through middle school, and I think you should just visit it one time.
Is it public or private?
It's a private school, but it's very small, predominantly African American too.
Oh wow.
But just I would visit it and just walk through.
Yeah.
To see what's happening. Look at the playgrounds.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How would you say? I don't know if I heard of. Nah, there are them. But how was it growing up in a predominantly black private school?
It was amazing, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm still like close to the people I went to school with over there today. Some of these kids I've known since I was like 3.
Damn.
I still talk to them like on maybe not the daily, but like we still are very close.
Yeah.
Going to Imani, bro. It was you don't realize how much it shapes you until you leave, until you get sent away.
Yeah.
Something Imani, but you can tell though. You can tell how much it shaped me because the fact I even brought him up. It's like
facts.
Like they teach you who you are and whose you are very early. That way, once you leave, you already have values instilled in you. That way, you're already knowing right from wrong, and you can, sniff out, stuff that's trying to, change you.
Nah, that's good. When was you said it was from when to when? From middle
school? I went there from pre-K all the way to middle school,
that makes
bro.
Sense. Yeah, I was with the same. Well, no, because I was in Culver City School District. It's 5 elementary schools, 1 middle school, 1 high school. So we all got funneled in, but I was around the same people. It's kind of different here. Like if we had that experience, well, first of all, I'm grateful for my my public school because it's a good public school and it was diverse. Diverse as in it wasn't all white people. Because if what do you call it? My home school, or my closest school to me was Dorsey. That one was predominantly black, but it wasn't good academics, so I wasn't gonna. It was gonna be much harder to get where I was gonna be if I was there. So I went to Culver City because my grandmother's librarian there. Shout out her. And there, my mom calling. I'm gonna call her back in a second.
You should look. You answer it. See what you're talking about. But you ain't gotta put it on speaker if you don't want to. Oh,
hello. Fuck it.
That's all.
I'm gonna keep that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, no, but just most of the private schools out here are predominantly white, and my brother was gonna go to a school. He was gonna go to one of those, and he kind of did for a year or two, because we just weren't gonna go to Dorsey, and he just wasn't treated right for those reasons. Like, it wasn't the community that he was one of very few black people. But if we had that opportunity, we for sure would have went down that road. So that's cool that you had that. And that was the first time I ever even, I don't think I know anybody who's been through that, but that's good. Y'all can see right here, he got this guitar and all this stuff. I saw that book too, because I'm reading that book right now.
Which one?
Music Business.
All about the music business?
Yeah.
Why?
Which one is that? Because I got the newest one, the blue. I think it's 13th or 14th.
I got this like freshman year of college, but
I'm like,
it's by Donald Passman. If you want to ever learn about the music business, and
learn everything in that.
You learn everything is in here, bro. There's no excuse. Like, if you're like, man, I don't understand, publishing, bro, just read the book.
Yeah.
Also, but not everything Googleable. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, everything's in this book. It's a good read. I mean, it's not deep. It's just has a lot of good information in here. A lot of lessons.
I'm like I'm not even half. I'm like 250. Now that is halfway, because that's 500 pages. It's good though. I feel like I'm learning damn near everything.
Bro, yeah, it's you picked up so much.
Yeah.
It's a great read though.
Yeah.
It's a good read.
Now, but you're an artist, so walk me through your pathway into that.
Into making music.
Yeah.
My mom wrote on my preschool application, she tells a story that he loves to sing.
That really, damn.
Yeah, so it's really kind of been in me since I was a kid, if I'm being honest. Funny enough, though, I feel like I had like any kid though, I had hoop dreams. I wanted to be a basketball player growing up.
See it on the shirt.
Yeah, I wanted to be an athlete, and then it wasn't until I got to like 8th grade I was like, wait a minute, like I can't. I don't know about that. This ain't gonna work out, bro. I'm talking like kids is dunking in 8th grade. I'm still 5'4". It's just like it didn't make sense,
Yeah.
And then my father, he's a musician as well, and so I think he kind of nurtured my love for music growing up. And then I picked up the guitar like in high school, and I loved it. And my dad said that was the first. He said he knew I loved music because he didn't have to go tell me to do it. Like I'm sure your pops, like there were things like he wanted you to be great at. Oh yeah. He would have to tell you like, yo, like
he got to push you a little bit to do it.
Yeah, and it was like he didn't have to push me to go pick up my guitar and go play. That's when he knew. He was like, okay, he loves this. Mm-hmm. And so there would be times like I'm supposed to be doing homework and I'm just playing the guitar. My mom's like, yo, like put the guitar down. My dad's like, yo, like, let him love it.
Yeah. Nah, that's good.
And so
yeah, go ahead.
I got out to LA, and I studied music in school, and I studied under this legend named Patrice Rushen. And that's kind of where I like knew, I feel like I can do this.
Yeah.
And so now a lot of my day-to-day is like, go to work, come back, I'll just write music.
Yeah.
That's really what it's been. I've released like 2 songs so far.
Yeah, we're going to put them in the description.
Yeah, but please, go check them out, man. Go stream those.
Facts.
And I'm working on an EP right now. I'm trying to get that out by the end of the year. I'm going to be honest, though, making music is hard, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna ask you that.
Not like the creation of it, but but it's expensive. People, I feel like a lot of people don't really understand.
I'm learning that slowly, but yeah.
A lot of people don't get like how much it costs to let alone, to just put out music, quality music that is. I mean, anybody can like, go in the studio and make a trash song, put it on SoundCloud and put it through distros, but you gotta pay for independent distribution. That's like $300 a year. Mm-hmm. You gotta, if you really want content creation, you gotta pay for that. That can range anywhere from $300 to $1,000 for some quality content.
And it's not even guaranteed to pop off.
Right. You gotta pay for the marketing. You gotta pay a mix engineer. You gotta pay a producer. Studio time, all of that. So like, music is expensive. And so honestly, shout out to all independent artists that are, dropping music consistently and grinding that out, because I know it's not easy, especially with no like label backing. But yeah, even through adversity though, you still gotta grind. And so that's kind of what I'm doing. I want to shout out to EJ Ross. He's a good homie of mine, and he's a great musician and artist as well. And like, and he's popping off. He's doing like he's putting out a lot of good music, and it's he's doing well. And he's been kind of pushing me through and encouraging me like, yo, Josh, bro, you got it, bro. Just like push, you know, like don't allow. And he's like, don't compare yourself to others, like because what you have is a gift, and you gotta hone that in. And honestly, he's been pushing me. He's been helping me grind out like the studio work and learn how to like make beats and just kind of get more acclimated with like the more techie side of the music industry. Because really, like early on my process, a lot of it was just like picking up the guitar, writing songs, and then I would record a demo and be like, okay, well, what do I do with it?
Yeah.
EJ's been kind of other people like Ashton, shoot my pops. They've been kind of helping me ideate.
Yeah.
Like what some of the songs I've written can be.
Yeah.
No,
that's good. I mean, it takes a village, so that's what we need. Those people to help us a lot when it comes to taking that step. Sometimes that's good. I think I told you this, but I sent your song to one of my friends, and he had that shit to his playlist. It was on replay, but the music be fire. So y'all deadass got to check that out.
I appreciate it, man. Anybody who's listening, who's listening and is a consistent listener, bro, shout out to you. It's really helping me when people hit me up and be like, yo, man, I love that song. It's like it keeps you going.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine being an artist and it's like, yo, nobody's listening to it, and it's like, bro, because there's some cats that'll put in like hundreds of hours into music and there's like no results, and that can be very frustrating. So if you got a friend that's grinding out and he's putting out some quality music, do your best to try and push it and help him out.
Yeah, not for real. All it takes is, but we talked about, you kind of brought up how it was hard to make music, which I don't understand from experience, but I can only imagine how hard it is. But walk us through your creative process, or like how it is for you, if you can.
So it's so funny. I didn't write my first song till I got to college.
Damn.
Bro, I had no experience with, bro, I remember like getting to school and they were like, yeah, you're gonna have to learn how to like songwrite and you're gonna have to like present your songs. And I was like, yo, like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like,
yeah.
Thing about songwriting though, it's like, a lot of times you're just going, like, it's really just about what you hear in your head and putting it out. And releasing it. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of what it was for me early on. I would just, hear melodies in my head. I'd be like, okay, let me try to play the guitar with it. Then I would sing it. And it would, so some stuff would be good, some stuff wouldn't. And then, and I would present stuff and people would be like, yeah, this is dope. In fact, I got like an award from school. It's like,
I saw that.
Yeah, for being like a good songwriter.
Flip that for a second.
And I was like, oh shoot, like, I was like, okay, people actually think I'm good. And I was like, bro, I don't know. So in my head, I'm like, bro, I really don't be knowing what I'm doing. Like, and it sounds like I'm trying to like, humble brag or whatever, but it's like, bro, no. Like, it really is. I think sometimes it's just kind of innate, And then once I got out of school, I was still trying that, but it wasn't the same. And then this is why I shout out EJ all the time, because I saw EJ's process, bro.
What's his? Or like the difference?
Not to like blow up his spot, but but it was like, bro, I'm talking like he would, craft the beats together. He would sing melodies over the beats. So I'm like, yo, this is dope. And he's putting down lyrics. I was like, okay. And I honestly love that process, because I think in music, people say this, melody is king. Mm. And so that's something I've really learned from him, like in the process of making music. So now, like, what I'll try to do, like, I'll put some chords down on the guitar, maybe find a drum loop somewhere, put it down, and then I'll sing over it. Yeah. No lyrics. I'll literally start blabbing over a beat, And then sometimes stuff works, sometimes stuff doesn't. But that's kind of been the process thus far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've actually never had to. I used to always think, well, no, I feel like writing music is hard, but and what you said about taking from the mind to the paper, I want to get into poetry, which is a little bit, I guess.
Got something higher on Mookie.
Yeah, yeah, I was talking to him about that. But I do journal, and that's kind of, I guess, my way to put things down from here to here. But it's that's a skill. That shit's, it's tough. All right. Yeah. So let's see. What does music mean to you?
Man, what does music mean to me? Bro, honestly, it's so funny. I was just having this conversation with a friend. Music is one of the greatest, if not the best. It's the best form of communication there is. Like music, you can put music in different frequencies. Some music, like, has healing properties. I think music is life. That's what it means to me.
Yeah.
You never know. And to me, it's like, you never know. This is why I tell anybody that has a gift, you got to use it. Because you never know what your music might be doing for somebody that you don't even know. They might not even tell you it's helping them, but you don't know how your music is resonating with somebody. Like, it's literally life. It's literally the way to communicate,
Yeah. Nah, yeah. I speaking of the frequencies and stuff, I saw that's a meditation bowl?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
But my aunt got me this.
That's crazy.
She sends me stuff all the time. Like, she sent me that blanket over there. She sends me groceries sometimes. I love my aunt. Shout out Aunt Stephanie. But yeah, it's like a little like mood bowl thing.
Yeah. You saw my most recent episode? Well, I don't know if you saw it, but I did it with, he's deep into spiritual healings, frequencies, solfeggio frequencies, and he's also a DJ, so he infused like that sounds and frequencies with house music.
Wow.
And he's pretty famous now. Like, I met him 3 years ago at Equinox when I was working there.
Yeah, you mentioned him to me, yeah.
Yeah, because he had his, the song was just playing. He was like, damn, that's my song. That was the first time I heard it up there.
That's hilarious.
But then I think he started getting really popular a few years ago, but that's crazy coincidence. I'm actually never even.
Yeah, so hold it. Want to give it a shot? You got to hold it at the bottom.
Tap
then
it.
So then you're gonna like hold it like that. And you're gonna hit the outside of it, hit it, and then you want to hold the red thing across the rim.
Okay.
Right. So hit it again.
And what is it like? Does it resemble something or?
Sure, I don't freaking know.
No, but it's a nice sound though.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of practice to like really figure out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Where's it come from? Do you know? I don't even know either. I don't want to misrepresent that.
Me neither. See, that's why I just know it's called a mood bowl, and I like to do it. Sometimes I'll hit it in the morning. I was telling this girl the other day, I was like, yo, like, well, I was low-key capping, but she was like, oh, like, what do you use? I was like, oh, yeah, I use it in the morning, bro. Like, when I'm trying to get up and stuff.
Yeah.
Come on, that's all.
But like, routine.
Yeah, it's not, bro. It's really just good decoration. Yeah. It's a cool party trick.
Facts.
Because it's just like, why does he add that? Like, what does he use it for? Then you pull it out, and then if you're pretty good at it, you can.
Yeah. No, I definitely got good use. We just figuring it out right now. We uncovering that. But yeah, you was talking about how music is the best communicator, which if it's not the best, it's one of the best. So I definitely agree with that. But how would you say music connects people across cultures? Because from anywhere, like someone who doesn't speak English, they hear your thing, or just anything. Like,
bro, nigga, Bad Bunny just did the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Bro, I didn't understand the lick of what he was talking about. Bro, Bad Bunny could have, obviously, I don't think he was saying it. Bad Bunny could have been telling us, bro, worship the devil, kill babies. Like, but
you're in the salsa.
I know watching that Super Bowl, something in my heart felt good about it. I was like, yo, this feels good. It sounds excellent. And now I was introduced to a whole sector of music that I never listened to before. I was after that I was like, yo, who are the like Latin artists I can check out? I found Where's Orejita. I don't know if y'all have you heard of them?
I probably know the song.
They're like a band, and I don't understand what they're saying either. But it's like, bro, like something about it feel good, and they had thousands of screaming fans and women. I'm like, yo, like they gotta be something is feeling good about this, you know. I've listened, you know, that's what music can do, and that's how. And this is why I talk about living in your truth. Imagine if Bad Bunny was like, all right, well, I'm gonna just try to sing in English. It's like, bro, that's not your truth.
Yeah,
that's not how you came up. That's not you. That's not you. But because he's being himself, he's walking in his purpose. He's getting millions of people across the globe connected to a whole new genre of music. I say new genre. It's a genre of music that somebody typically would not check for. You know. And I'll speak to that. Like, I got to USC. I grew up in church, and so I grew up singing in like praise team and like singing gospel music. And I remember I got to like USC and I was like learning music, and I was like, okay, like maybe I shouldn't like showcase gospel music. Like, it's just because that's not what's cool. That's not what that's not what necessarily people want to hear, especially like my peers. They got to a point I was like, man, F that. Like, I'm gonna do what I love. I'm gonna do what I know. And then I'm talking like, you got white kids from freaking Orange County be like, yo, man, like that song you made was cool. It's gospel music. I'm talking like straight church. And it's like, that's the type of power that music has. Yeah. When you're walking in your purpose, when you're creating and living in your truth, you never know who could resonate and connect with it and who you can introduce, you know, what you can introduce to somebody.
Yeah. Now hearing that goes, I'm going back to the other episode I did with the artist, because he was saying how he tried so hard to do what was cool and like make like the club DJ music, like the clubhouse music, and that just wasn't him, and it wasn't hitting for him, and it wasn't being received by the audience the same. And then he went back to his self and what he likes, and it was probably just his purest version of him, and that's why it felt good to him, and it was received well externally by other people. But so hearing that from you, that's the same.
It's this cat that's out right now called E.J. Jones. And if you listen to him, you can tell he's a church singer. It's very soulful, but he's making straight like R&B music. I'm talking like, it's low-key like raunchy R&B. And it's like, he's getting people to listen to that and people are hearing his voice, hearing the sound that he's releasing. So now you got church cats listening to, you know, R&B music, church like raunchy R&B. You're not really supposed to be listening to that. Well, I mean, I don't care, but like some people it's kind of frowned upon. Yeah. And it's like, but the thing is, EJ Jones knows exactly what he's doing. He's like, I'm gonna use my gift, the gift God gave me, and he's letting that shine, you know? Yeah.
That's real. When you're making music, how do you know it's in alignment with your intention?
Bro, I just feel it, bro. It's a feeling. So I'll be fully transparent. The second song I put out is called Tunnel Vision. I was like, oh, I want an R&B track. And honestly, like like obviously it's me, but it's like the sound wasn't necessarily, like I was trying to copy what I was hearing on R&B Now playlist. I'm like, okay, I just want an R&B track. But like, there's other stuff that I write that's like not necessarily mainstream. It doesn't necessarily sound like what I'm hearing on the radio, but I know it's me. Cause I'm not trying to be something else. I'm just being Josh, you know? And so it really is just a feeling. Yeah. Other people have different methods. Other people, I've heard some songwriters like, you know, that are rooted in faith talk about like, oh, like I pray to God before I write music and then it just comes and God just gives me what I want. And it's like, okay, well, you know, I've tried that. Like, you know, God is guiding me obviously, but I don't know. He ain't giving me his song yet. At least, that's funny, you know, I don't think, but like, but you know, like it's everybody has a different method. But for me, I think it's just a feeling. And a lot of times, like I'll know I love a song that I wrote, because I will listen to it over and over. I'll be like, yo, I gotta hear that. You know. So yeah, it really is just a feeling.
Yeah. A follow-up question I had, which you kind of went into, when you make the music, do you feel like it might not be coming from God, but like something else where like it's coming to you and you're like a funnel of it, or
bro, I think
it's coming from you, like
God is speaking through. I know God is speaking through me and whatever I'm putting out. There's a lot of good cats that grew up in church that are putting out R&B music, but the thing is, you know, sometimes just because God gives you a gift does not mean he's giving you the assignment of spreading his word. Sometimes he wants your gift to shine in spaces that might need to see God. For example, like I have a OG, so a family friend named is Marcus D. Wiley. He's a Christian comedian, bro. But then during COVID, he started doing Christian comedy in clubs. That's where God wanted him to use his gift. Clubs, he ain't probably, ain't nothing Christian happening in a club. You know, people drinking, smoking, all types of foolishness. But it's like, sometimes God will assign you in a new space.
Yeah.
For example, like there are artists that, are putting out R&B music that have a gift, and God is putting them in that position because he wants that gift to shine in that space. There are some Christian artists that make Christians that make heavy metal music, God is assigning them in that space.
Yeah.
And he's wanting them to walk. He wants them to use his gift in that space so people can see his light,
Yeah. We've spoken a little bit so far about God and faith. What does your relationship to God mean to you?
Bro, it means everything. God has covered me, bro. There have been times, I was at one point, I kind of found myself kind of straying away from the Lord, real talk. And God has kept me through all of that. I remember I had like a deep intercession with the Lord, like my senior year of college. Honestly, I'll just be honest, bro. I was not handling business, bro. I was, drinking a lot, smoking a lot. Like it was, I was not doing good things. And honestly, I did not see a way forward. I remember I applied to grad school. I didn't get in the first time. And I remember I was praying every day. I was like begging. I was like, God, man, I need you to show, I need you to take me out of this space. And sometimes, here's the thing. God never puts you in situations that he knows you can't, that he doesn't think you can handle. And I remember, like, here's the thing. Sometimes we'll pray to him, and then we'll just be like, all right, like, God is not a magical fairy. Like, real talk. Sometimes you have to, when you're praying, you have to also act. You have to do what you're asking him. I was like, God, I need a job. Like, I need money. So he was like, all right, but I need you to go on LinkedIn. I need you to get your shit together.
Put some action
into it. So I remember I was sitting up every day, like, oh, I gotta apply for this job. Finally, one fell in my lap. God, man, I need music. Bro, okay, why are you not writing music? I'm not about to just give you a song if I don't see the work. Next thing you know, the song is just coming.
Yeah.
God, I need a place to stay. Bro, okay, well, what are you doing? You just sitting up, you're not apartment hunting.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I start religiously trying to find an apartment to live in.
Found it.
One falls. Yeah. My relationship with him it's like it. He's like, and the thing is, God can keep it real with you too. You just you really, like, to me, when people talk about like prayer, bro, my prayers are very conversational, bro. I got to talk to God like he one of the homies. Real talk. I'll be like, yo, man, like, what was up to that today, man? Like, that was not a good day. Like, this was not, like, God, like, what did I do something wrong? And then, sometimes I'll hear back. Sometimes I won't. But that's kind of been my relationship. Like, he's just a homie, and he keeps it real. And it's like,
yeah.
And I have to live in that,
In Because the way I feel, well, right now I would say I'm always trying to find what it is. When I think of God, I think of like the power of the universe. And that's just the way I define it right now, but I feel like that's the same power or at least a very similar power to what you define as God. But I feel like the way he speaks to me, or the universe speaks to me, is in, how do I word it? It's not in prayer, it's more so something I'll see, like, I don't know if it's like a coincidence. That's not really a coincidence. I'm like, that's got to be intentional from him or that.
Yes.
But how does
God will
how does he speak to you?
God will throw stuff in my face, bro. I remember, and hopefully she doesn't see this. I really don't give a rat's tail, but I remember it was a shorty. I've been kind of dating a little bit. And honestly, bro, like I kind of knew it like that. I probably didn't. It just wasn't really. It wasn't working. And I was like, yo, I don't need to be seeing her. And I remember I was on the way, pick her up from the airport. She was visiting. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go do this again. And it was like, and then in my head, I'm like, what am I doing? Like,
yeah,
that didn't end well. Why am I going back? Bro, I'm driving. God, give me a flat tire, bro.
See, that's him telling you.
That's him telling you, bro, what are you doing? And matter of fact, because you ain't listening, now you got to pay $1,700 to fix this flat tire and rim.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you what happens when you don't listen.
Yeah.
You know?
That's how he talks. Sometimes, at least.
Sometimes God will throw things in your face, and he'll bump you on your head, be like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Other times, but sometimes, God will be gentle with you. You know, it really is just about. You gotta have discernment, you know, and just really pay attention.
Yeah.
To what's happening around you. Sometimes, here's another thing, like, sometimes God will see you getting comfortable and take you out of it. Sometimes, I hear people like, oh, like I fell out with a friend. Sometimes you never know. God might be saying, yo, or I remember I have another like example. I had a homie, and me and him we just weren't doing nothing. It was like we would go out, but it wasn't, we weren't being productive. And then I remember, like, all of a sudden, this friend just stopped being responsive. The next thing I know, my life is, I'm being more productive. He's being more productive. I'm seeing it. We still best friends. Sometimes God needs to separate people that are comfortable for them to grow in themselves. So that way they can be closer. That happens in relationships all the time. Sometimes two people may like each other, but it might not be the right time because, X person isn't where he needs to be, in his life. For him to take care of this next person,
Yeah. In those periods of, you say doubt or struggle when it came to faith, when you said it was like harder for senior year, was it more so doubt or struggle? Or both? But I was going to ask,
I wasn't struggling.
What that period teach you?
I wasn't struggling at all. Like, I had a great senior year. It was more so, I wasn't seeing a way forward, and and I felt like God wasn't showing me a way forward.
Yeah.
Until I had, but then I'm knowing, bro, I wasn't going to church every Sunday. I wasn't staying in my word. I wasn't really praying like I should. That's when I knew, okay, let me lock in. Like, let me really get back right with the Lord. You know. And so it was a lot of doubt. I was doubting what he was doing in my life. And then I realized I wasn't cultivating that relationship. It's like, bro, say you like a girl, right? And you have to nurture a relationship with a woman that you think you like.
Yeah.
Or that you say you like. You can't she's not just gonna, do everything for you. She's not just gonna be there unless you're cultivating that relationship, unless, you're saying, yo, I love you. Yo, you have to nurture relationships for people to respond. You know?
Yeah, and I always feel like I don't know how to word it, but it's like you gotta get your shit right for it to come to you.
Right.
You can't just expect something to come when you're not ready for it or prepared for it.
Or prepared, right. And it's like relationships, all relationships are a two-way street. So it's like, and especially a relationship with God. God is only going to give you blessings and speak to you if you are speaking to him back.
Yeah.
And worshiping him and admiring him, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. To me, I feel like with that, I also see it as in he's always there, or it's always there. It's just, again, like if you're not prepared for it, it's gonna pass you by. It's gonna go right over your head. You good? Yeah, like it's gonna go right over your head, or you're gonna miss it. But he's always gonna be there for when you.
Hold on, give me 2 seconds.
You good? Got my matcha.
Anyway.
Now I was just saying, like, again, if you're not prepared, he's still gonna be there, waiting for you to get ready. But also, like, the sign's gonna be there. You're just not gonna catch him. You're just gonna be oblivious or unaware to it, unconscious. So yeah, I agree with that. But on a different note, let's see which emotions do you feel most in your daily life?
Which emotions?
Yeah.
I'd say hope. That's like probably the biggest emotion. I always wake up hopeful. I'm like, yo, like, what's gonna happen today? Like, what new am I gonna discover today? Hold on, that's my parents.
You good? All right. You was saying about hope?
Yeah, I was saying, yeah. I think I wake up every day like hopeful. Like, okay, what new is gonna happen to me today? And then also excitement. Because especially, like I said, we out here in LA, you never know what's gonna happen. You never know what's new.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I think those are like the two emotions.
Yeah. No, those are good because I feel like those get you out of bed in a good mood. And that's so important to me, at least. Like the way you walk out that door is the way you're gonna experience the day.
It's so funny too, like my pop's like he at one point he's kind of had this shift where he started walking every day in the morning. I remember, and I'll be like, yo, bro, okay, like, well, this is like, I'm gonna be honest though, I started trying it, bro, and honestly, like, it changed. It's been changing my emotional state. It's been changing like my outlook on like my environment and what's happening. It's getting me more in tune with it. But yeah.
Yeah. Now, for me, the outlet I think is running, because I run a mile a day, and that's my.
You run a mile a day?
Yeah.
That's good, bro. Oh my God, I need to get like you.
Bro, I missed 5 days last year, but then on the last day I just ran 5 miles. That shit hurt my feet because I wore the wrong shoes. But yeah, that's my time to clear my mind. But when I'm injured, I usually just walk. But yeah, I feel you on that.
You walk a mile a day, or?
Yeah, I'll just walk a mile. Like if you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl.
Like on the treadmill or like?
No, outside.
Oh, okay.
I like walking outside because you got shit to look at instead of just. I run with my dog sometimes.
That is one thing about living by yourself. You low-key. Sometimes you'll get comfortable. Like there'll be days I'll get comfortable in this space. I'm like, oh man, I'm chilling. It's like, whoa, hold on. I do need to go outside.
Yeah.
I do need to like get some air. I do need to go see what's happening around me. But yeah.
Yeah. When you feel that way, what are some outlets you do besides walking? As in, like, damn, I gotta go outside. Like, what do you do?
So sometimes, like, I'll take this amp and that guitar. I'll play it outside. Like, especially if I'm trying to songwrite. Because I had a songwriting teacher and he told me, like, yo, like, if you ever getting like a songwriter's block, or like if you feel like nothing's coming out, just literally switch the environment that you're playing in. That's why studios are still in business. because and if you've ever been to a music studio, you know like a lot. There's so many in LA, especially, but all of them are different. Like none of them are the same. Like some people might get used to writing it like just for the record. This is a studio out here.
Yeah.
Others might like Larrabee because it's just a different tone, a different environment. And so that's like one thing I've tried to do. I like to play basketball sometimes. I've always played in like a gym, but now I'll be going like courts.
We ever play? I don't think we ever played together.
I think we played one time back in like college.
I think so. I think one time.
I feel like we used to go like that. What was that gym called?
Lion Center.
Lion Center, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, Lion Center runs used to be turned.
This is fun, bro.
Bro, it's so funny because I grew up playing a lot of like pickup, and Lion Center runs was like it's not the same, bro. It should be. I feel like they had an A court and a B court. Like the A court was
facts.
like,
Which one? The one in the middle?
The one in the middle that's the A court.
Yeah, exactly.
That B court though, bro. That B court used to get in a sense too. On the B court though, used to be like a lot of like intramural teams practicing.
It's always it. You know no disrespect, but you know the.
What you even say?
No, I didn't need to say no disrespect, but bro, we would always play. The B court would always have like 5-on-5 full ass teams of international students. Asian
Bro, you
international
could just say Asian people. Like, I mean,
no, I didn't know. I know the language, but they always, bro, they got plays.
Bro, they used to be running 2-3s on. Like, all right, bro. Like,
They be
I'm just here
running
to
every day. I'm like,
try
bro.
to get a workout in, man. And y'all got I got to lock in. Actually, hoop. Now I really got to hoop and show y'all what I do.
There's always one of them that could shoot from anywhere.
Yeah, it's all it's so funny. One of my like, because in college you have to pick up like odd jobs to kind of have money. One of the jobs I had was like a referee. I remember I used to have to like referee them, like some of them teams, and they used to have me intense. I'm like, oh my God, like I gotta really pay attention.
Yeah, you got pressure on you there.
It's what we doing, but Lion Center runs were cool. That's one thing about basketball, bro. You can learn a lot about a person just by how they play. Like, there's some people, like you learn, some people are like timid and passive and a little shy because they don't like to shoot. Some people are selfish because they love to shoot and never pass. Some people are, aggressive if they're fouling a lot. Like, you can kind of learn that about somebody. Some people are unselfish if they're always looking to set up their teammates. Yeah. That's basketball is my favorite sport, bro. I'll be honest though, I don't like watching the NBA.
Bro, I was gonna ask you actually, because I saw what you put in the group.
Bro, it's not fun to watch.
I was gonna ask you your craziest sports take.
Bro, the NBA, it's not a good product. I don't know why people...
I agree though. I agree. Like, I don't watch it no more.
Bro, it's unwatchable to me. Bro, so after the All-Star break, this is like very recent. It was like, I want to say it was like either Wednesday or Thursday. They had it was like a 4 back-to-back games. It was like, I'm talking like these are like teams contending. It's just 4 blowouts.
Yeah.
It's not a good product. I also think a lot of players are like in on the gambling stuff. That's why, bro.
That's what you were saying yesterday.
Stop sports gambling. That's one thing we do not need to be doing, bro. That's one thing that's gonna ruin us financially.
I'm telling my friends that because they be. I do a little bit for the NFL, but I'm very disciplined. I put $50 in at the beginning of the season, and that's it. Bro, if I lose that, I'm done. I'm not putting no more in.
Bro,
you can bet on anything now, bro.
You can
bet on traffic.
On what? Yeah, wait, what?
You can bet on traffic. I saw it like a TikTok. You can bet on like how many cars gonna pass on a yellow light. It's crazy,
bro. It's actually it's ruining us financially. And here's the thing: there is no way those guys are like they're paying these guys that, mind you, like. The NBA, like Vegas runs off people betting on games. There's no way they're not working with these leagues and telling them like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, like y'all better make sure them Cleveland Browns don't score more than 21 points today.
Oh my God. I got a story. This is when there was probably a 2-month period where I was so invested in betting. I was really young. I didn't really have much money. But one time I was on a little run. I put like 50 on a slip. And it worked out good it was like a 5-leg. The first 4 hit. The last one was Marcus Morris getting 6.5, I remember this so vividly, 6.5 points in the first half. He had 6 in the first 5 minutes. All right, oh, bet I'm gonna hit, and this was for like $700. 30 seconds left in the half, and he got a score. He got a fast break layup. No one's there. And he makes it, right? But before he makes it, someone throws a fucking paper airplane on the fucking court. I swear to God. Someone throws a paper airplane on the court, and they cancel the play, and I lost. I was like, bro. And mind you, mine's $50, so they probably ain't do that to stop me. But like, that's insane. It's just, and after that, I was like, I'm not taking this serious at all ever again. Like this can't be something that I rely on for income. It's just not possible. But yeah, that's just crazy.
Nah, bro. Stop the sports gambling, bro. It's
crazy.
It's just not the way to make money, bro. And anybody telling you that's close to you talking about, oh yeah, I made so much money, bro. No, they haven't. They're low-key capping. If they've made money, they put in a lot of money into it. Like you see people hit for like $3K or like $10K on a slip, and it's like, okay, he also put up like $9K to even reach that point. So it's like,
the house gonna always win, bro. That's just what.
House always wins. Stay away. Just stay far away. It's so funny. I was in Vegas a few weeks ago, top of the year, and honestly, this was more like a work trip. And my homie. This shout out my granny. My granny, she always gives me like money on Christmas or like my birthday. She always gives me cash. So if you know anything about Vegas, you cannot bet with like, you can't like put your credit card down and like pay. You gotta always have cash. And like my homies was, and some of my coworkers like, yo, let's go play blackjack. I was like, nah, I don't really want to do it. And I was like, okay. And then I checked my wallet. I had like $40 cash in my granny. I'm like, oh, I guess who knows? Let's see what happens. Put it up. I made all that money. I made like $150. I was like, oh my God, like I could do this. Next, I kid you not, the second day, bro, like the second day, like the couple days later, I was with coworkers again. Like, oh, let's go play blackjack.
That's how they get you.
Bro, I'm talking like I lost that $150 in 30 seconds. I kid you not. I was like, yo, and I'm talking like, I'm putting like, okay, like $20. I'm like, yo, there's just no way I'm getting killed like this. Yeah. And so I'm telling you, the house is always gonna win. I don't know how it works. I'm just telling you, bro, it's just not a good investment. Yeah. To make, bro. Like, just don't rely on sports gambling or gambling, period.
Oh yeah, no.
To make money. Always. I have a friend. He said, like, because we play. I told you we play poker a lot, and he was like, yeah, man. I always just think about poker as like fun money. It's like, this is money I'm willing to lose. That's like never go into it thinking you're gonna make money.
You only put up what you're willing to walk away not having. That's what it should be. And even, I'm gonna lead other stories. I had a really good experience the first time, but even then, I'll say. I do roulette. Like, that's what I would do. I've been in the casino like 3 times probably in my life. But the first time, I hit roulette like 5 times in a row. And I left because I was like, nah, there's no way I'm gonna keep winning. I went to Vegas first time, lost everything. Second time I made it back, but still, it's just, it's not sustainable. You remember when, I don't know if you were there, but I'm gonna skip that. But about the frat, because the story was gonna be about the frat, but what originally drew you to join our fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi?
I'll tell this story. This is a very true story. I was a freshman during COVID. It was during COVID. We were not supposed to be partying, but people were. And I went to this birthday party for my homegirl at the time, and it was a cool party. And these 2 dudes walked in, and Hunter and Chase and Steven, 3 dudes, and they were black. They were black guys. You go to USC, it's all white people. Yeah. And so I'm like, oh my God, it's white people. Let me go say what's up. I'm hanging out. And I'm just a freshman. I don't even really know what a fraternity is, what they like, what it's doing, like what the real purpose of them are. The most I kind of knew was like about stories like my mom would kind of tell me about, because she went to an HBCU. she would kind of tell me stories about like the fraternities and sororities growing up. But I was like not really paying attention. I was just like, okay, cool. And these dudes came over, we started talking, and then they asked me, they're like, yo, bro, you trying to join a fraternity? I'm like, I was like, oh yeah, I was thinking about maybe joining like, you know, Pi Kappa Phi or whatever, like one of the white fraternities. And like, they said, nah, man, you should be a newt. I was like, what's a newt? This was a genuine question. I asked them. They're like, yo, man, it's a black fraternity, bro. Like, you should think about it. And it was like, we seem cool. Like, you should really think. And I remember like it was like sophomore year, and like, mind you, there were no really fraternities on campus because like you couldn't like outwardly express that you were looking for members. And then sophomore year came, and all the fraternities were like, you know, advertising, like telling people, hey, like, you're interested, pull up. They were tabling, and I saw the same guys sitting at the table. I was like, oh, what's good? They was like, yeah, man, we just, you know, taking names or whatever. I put my name on the list.
Yeah.
Next thing, kind of the rest was history, bro. I remember I met like the chapter advisor, Eric Dixon, and like I was like, okay, like these guys seem cool. But I'll be honest, I feel like my entry into it was like very, I don't want to say like I was forced to do it. It was one of the things where I didn't feel like I could say no. It was just like, bro, it was just like you just kind of started. Like,
I think Cecil might have felt the same way. Right. Dre had him go. He was like, bro, just pull up to the. But yeah, go ahead.
It was one of the things. It was just like, bro, like I didn't feel like it was just like, yo, we're meeting here.
Yeah.
I'm like, to do what? Then all of a sudden it's getting like the meetings are getting a little more like serious. I'm like, okay, like I didn't really agree to it, but also I'm kind of cool with the guys I'm doing it with now. So I guess I will keep pulling up to just come really hang out with them, you know. And then next thing you know, you're doing an MTA process and like all of that, and it's like, all right, well, I guess we're doing it.
Yeah.
You know, and I really feel like that's how it was for me. But one thing I will say is that was one of the great decisions I ever made. Mm-hmm. I really did it because, to be honest, I was low-key like bored on campus. I was like, I don't really know too many people. I really wanted to make some new friends, and it was just like that's kind of how it worked out for me. And then you start kind of learning about the values of the fraternity and like everything that we're doing, everything that the Noops are doing in the community. And it was like, okay, like that's something I could get behind.
Yeah.
That's really what it was for me.
Yeah. That's good.
I got it. People be like, oh, did you know you want to be a Noops? Bro, hell no, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Bro, I have a similar. I told Makai this. Well, I'm gonna ask all the brothers who I interview. Cause like we all have different reasons of why we enter. And even me, I had so much legacy in a frat. But even if I told Makai, I was like, if y'all were assholes, like I was not gonna join the frat. It just wasn't gonna happen. And y'all were just like some of the best people ever. And my line brothers. I was gonna ask, did you know your line brothers before? Did you know any of them before?
Only person I knew was Amari Van Zor. Mm-hmm. And we just grew up. We weren't even like that close in college. He was a year under me, and when he moved out to LA, he just kind of reached out. He was like, yo, Josh, like I'm out here, I just want to let you know. I'm like, I bet. But he was also at Pepperdine. I'm like, Pepperdine. Look like driving an hour to go see. I love my brother. I love my LB, but I just wouldn't. Yeah. But, and then it's so funny because Amari told me one day, it was a night of like the informational. And he was like, yo, Josh, I'm going to be on campus. I just want to let you know, like, let's like hang out. I was like, okay. But I told him, I have a meeting I got to go to. Oh, man. Next thing I know, Amari walking into the same meeting.
That's funny.
I said, like, this is what we doing. And I'm like, yo, what's good, Amari? It's super chill. It's like, okay. Like, that's one thing I did not know anybody going into it. I went into this very blind. Like, I had no clue what was going on. Yeah. It's one of the funniest things. And people, you would never know that. Like, after the fact. You would have thought, this dude he been nuked out. He knew everything. No. Yeah. I knew nothing.
Yeah, that's what was I gonna say? Yeah. Well, you were also saying how you felt like you kind of you had to go.
Yeah, that's it. Looking back on it, I know I didn't have to go. Yeah. But it was also like, okay.
It was like
it was just one of them things. It was like it just kind of felt like, oh, like I guess I kind of like, they were like, you need to show interest. I'm like, I don't really know if I'm interested yet, but I guess I'll kind of.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the way you got to know if you're interested, you got to, keep pulling up to events and pulling up to whatever they're hosting.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, dang, like, so it kind of felt like it wasn't a forced entry. It was more so just like I'm going. I guess I kind of enjoy what I'm doing. I guess these guys just seem cool.
Like just one step further. Just
it's not. It wasn't like I had nothing else better to do. Like, but yeah.
Let's get it edited. But yeah. Nah. But I was saying that because for me also, I knew, of course. I just knew that since I had the blood in the chapter. Once I walk up to that table, there was no going back. That's why I was like,
yeah, bro.
It was like, because I got to make that decision now.
Something I can't imagine being like a legacy. I feel like that's like very nerve wracking.
Yeah.
It's like, yo.
Yeah. And I didn't even know that the Meet the Greeks was that day, because I was just trying to get accustomed to campus with my friend. He wanted to be an alpha, so he went to that and he was like, bro, pull up to the Meet the Greeks with me. I didn't even know what was happening. I was just chilling. I was like, and I was nervous to go because in my head I was like, damn, if I go, I see the noobs, I'm gonna go say what's up. Ain't no going back. And I hadn't thought about it at all. But I thought about it, but not really when I was on campus, because I was like, I'm gonna get focused first. But I'm happy with the way it came out.
One thing I didn't know anything about like fraternities, but one thing I kind of knew was like, frats, like guys that they can vibe with. That was just kind of my like mindset going into it. I was like, okay, bro, just be cool, like just be chill, like don't do too much. You like just be cool, and then they'll vibe with you.
Yeah.
And they'll probably rock with. That was just really like my experience. I feel like it's everybody has so many stories though about like how they join.
It's all different.
Yes, it's so different. Like here's one thing I do love about the D9. I feel like for the most part, people, no matter what org you're in, everybody's kind of working towards a common goal. And that's just trying to make their communities better, building community amongst each other and building networks that, kind of last a lifetime.
Yeah, no, that's the good part. One of my mentors, he's actually alpha, and he treats me like a son. It's good. But yeah, we about to wrap up soon. One of the last questions is, what does the human experience mean to you?
The human experience?
Yeah. It's damn near everything.
Bro, the human experience, what does it mean to me? Bro, okay, this is gonna sound, I'm finna like low-key going on a yap.
You good?
On a yap rant. There will be days where I'll sit up and like really question like, yo, what are we doing? Like, what is this? Like, have you ever like really like sat and just thought like, yo, like something like this, none of this really makes sense.
More so when I was younger, and then when I had those thoughts, they kind of solidified, so I don't think about it as much anymore. But yes, for sure.
Bro, like and here's the thing, like everybody's life, like your life experience is literally shaped the moment you're born. Like it's literally everybody's experience is dependent on who they're around, what their environment is, and that's like very crazy to me.
Yeah,
bro, it's just like, man, the human experience, bro. I think to me, everyone's goal in life should be trying to make the world a better place. Like, bro, I can't imagine waking up like and your purpose is to be a villain. It's like, bro, gang, like what?
That's evil, literally.
Like, there's no way like you sitting like this, that is your purpose. And there's a lot of evil people in the world. I just don't understand how somebody could see that as an option. Because there's so many people struggling. There's so many people that need resources, and there's so many people, that could use a lift.
Yeah.
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 Oh, but I'm trying not to yap, but like.
Nah, you good.
That is That is a human experience.
Now, I always think about that too. Like, how could you wake up and have that ill intent? And that's what makes me. It's a certain sector of. How do I word it? Yeah, just that thought is what makes. Because I used to always be like everybody got to be good. But then when you come to that realization, it's like, nah, there's genuinely bad people.
There's genuinely cats out here that are like,
genuinely,
yo, I want to see the world suffer, and I want to be the only one that is doing good. It's like, gang, like that is like crazy to me.
It's crazy,
bro. Did you watch okay, not to go left, but like, did you read the Epstein files, bro?
Bro, one thing I was just saying, because I feel like the higher up you get in politics, life, and I study international relations, so I'm studying a little more about just countries and nations, atrocities, genocide. Like, just the higher you get, the more power you get. It's just, for some reason, they have a knack of, I don't know if it's getting bored and just doing illegal shit to feel the thrill, but it's disgusting.
I really think I think it's just boredom. I really think here's the first thing. I don't think there's no way you can become, well, that's not necessarily, well, it's halfway true, depending on what you're doing. But obviously if you're an athlete, you can probably, you can get to the top of your respective sport and become multimillionaire without necessarily doing anything like evil or undercutting people.
Yeah.
But like, there are a lot of like, to me, like if you were a business exec, like you had to do something bad to really get in that type of power. Like there was somebody you had to
take advantage of someone.
You had to take advantage of somebody.
Especially now, because there's so few at the top. You got to knock everybody down to get up there. It's. I was talking to Hiram about this yesterday about money, because money's power, money's greed. It sucks, but it's not going anywhere, and that's why.
Money is the root of all evil, bro.
Yeah. Well, I think money amplifies whoever the person is. Like, if you're good and you got money, you're gonna do good. If you bad and you got money, you're gonna do bad. That's or do more of it. So yeah, that's kind of how I see it. But it's crazy. I think about that stuff all the time. I try not to, but then it's like, how can you not?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna wrap up because battery about to die. At the end of the day, what impact do you hope your narrative carries?
I just want to be remembered as somebody that can be trusted. Someone that could be relied on to get stuff done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's period.
Literally, like, it could be that simple. And it's really not that simple. But on the surface, it could be that simple. But it's really not that.
That is like something I've like later in life, like, like as a kid, you're like, oh, I want to be remembered as a star and a leader, and I want everyone at my funeral. I was like, bro, no. Yeah. I just want people to be like, when I'm no longer here, I want people to be like, yo, Josh was somebody I could trust. I could tell anything, and he was gonna have my back.
Facts. Yeah.
That's what I wanted. That's what I want out of life at this point.
Yeah. Now, I appreciate you, and I feel like you well on that path already. So.
And I think, bro, that your narrative can change, bro. I think that's a lot of times we sometimes get so boxed in, like, okay, this is what I want to do. You never know what you might discover later in life, who you might meet, who might change your perspective on something. You always got to go into it open mind. That's something I'm learning every day.
Yeah. Now, one thing my dad would tell me is, I forget the saying. It's like, tell God your plans and he gonna laugh. Basically. All right, camera died. That's a wrap. Appreciate you, my boy.